Hello everyone and now welcome to a match between Smurf versus Commander. This game taking place here on Turtle Rock. And before I say anything else, well, the overlay is currently not working, but let's go ahead and get things underway. Just to make sure that I have the races correct, we have Smurf spawning as the teal Night Elf player here at what I'll call the 9 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Smurf has spawned as the orange human. Gonna go ahead and just refer to the players as human, Night Elf, or orange and teal throughout the rest of the matchup. Look to the title if you are unsure who is who, as things are now getting underway. Now, human versus Night Elf in a 1v1 matchup here on Turtle Rock. What is going to be unfolding to that is the question. We're going to be opening up with an Altar of Kings here. There's Farm, there's the Barracks, pretty much a standard opening coming in from the human player. Meanwhile, coming off from the other side here, Ancient of War being placed down, no Altar of Elders, indicating that it should be a Tavern Hero. Tavern Hero is very common for Night Elf players who want to be able to, well, train up that additional archer by setting up that Ancient of War slightly faster. It does delay your hero by 15 seconds, since you can only get the higher up your Tavern Hero at the 2-minute 15 mark. But then again, you have more archers, and perhaps with Quill Beast, Beastmaster, or Dark Ranger, you're able to get a very large army going. Coming up back around on the other side here, we're looking at an Archmage nearly ready to pop on out, make its way known, and perhaps going to head back out to the north here. Where are things going to be trying to travel off to next? All right, there's that Archmage. So there's some peasants down here. Footmen will be trained up, popping on out here in just a moment. And here we are, Archmage ready to, well, drop in some water elementals, put in some pressure, and the game is afoot. All right, still no Tavern Hero, 2-minute 15-second mark, no Wisp nearby. So Night Elf actually going to be significantly delayed in trying to get that hero, perhaps losing a little bit of time here, finally getting up that hero, and it is going to be a Panda. Panda going up against the Archmage here, and oh, how I miss the overlay. Not quite sure why it's not working. May be forced to. Who's playing? There is no overlay. Yep, no overlay. This is Smurf versus Commander. Smurf playing as the orange human, Commander playing as the teal Night Elf. Gonna try and figure out what's wrong with my overlay here in a little bit. Perhaps after the cast. A little bit pressed on time right now to try and, well, get things going for you guys. So, Rickamoon, well, hopefully you'll be able to stick around and answer that question for anyone else who asks, as that, well, I'm sure is going to be a very common question. Now, Brewmaster is already out on the battlefield here. Ancient of War down here took a little bit of that damage and was able to finish off that creep camp fairly fast. The Panda didn't really have to absorb much there. Claws of Attack +5 now picked up, and it looks as though the Panda did go for Breath of Fire, hence why he is, well, he has a little bit less mana than he should, as we didn't see anything there. Meanwhile, coming back on the other side, we're looking at, we're looking at the human player now clearing up the Forest Troll Warlord creep camp, and should be able to get to level 3 off of this, what is supposed to be a difficult creep camp, but with the help of Defend and those militia, having enough damage to finish things off here. Gonna pick up a Belt of Giant Strength, not the item that he was looking for, as that Archmage now sits on 775 hit points, much beefier than your typical level 3 Archmage, but having more hit points, being able to deal more damage, more mana, and, well, sometimes some players want the different item there. Meanwhile, Forest Troll Trapper should give that Panda level 3. Yes, there it goes. Also now with a Pendant of Energy. Dropping that Pendant of Energy and picking it back up after those Moonwells is going to give 400 mana to a Brewmaster at level 3 with level 2 Breath of Fire. These footmen are going to know what hit them, and that is going to be very bad breath from a Panda. Look at that, already up to 325. There's Drunken Haze, there's Breath of Fire, and that is a lot of damage. Damage over time continuing to add up here. Panda trying to line up another shot. A footman could get taken down. There goes one, there goes two, there goes three, and that is the range on that breath of fire rather long. It isn't a pure cone. It actually like narrows up at the end of it. So it's one of those one of those abilities where the animation doesn't um, do the it doesn't do the spell actual justice. But I don't know if they're trying to be more scientifically accurate. When there is a flame when there is flame, only part of it is visible to the natural human eye. So, and then part of it is, part of it burns and you can't see it. It's in the, I don't know, is it in the infrared spectrum? I don't know. I'm sure some scientist or some other viewer will leave comments in below letting me know what I am talking about. Anyways, Ancient of War now looking to back away. That is a lot of archers coming in from the Night Elf player. 27 over 60 supply compared to 32, but that is also because there are additional workers here at the expansion. More footmen now getting trained up. Perhaps they're going to try and clear up those gargantuan sea turtles. No, not quite yet. We are going in a dual Ancients of Lore while teching the Tree of Eternity. Archmage not going to try and put pressure here. Panda is already ready here once more, and in comes the Water Elementals to try and put pressure down. All right, there's Drunken Haze. There's Breath of Fire. There is a lot of damage being, well, absorbed here. Meanwhile, the Panda has a Clarity Potion going, and keeping the Wisp purposely nearby to make it look like he can actually repair. That's actually a fairly effective tactic. Meanwhile, Ancient of Lore down to 150 hit points, dropping relatively quickly. Footman could get taken down. Footman now taken down. Archmage now trying to go after some of those units. Ancient of Lore down to 146 hit points, but will end up staying alive. All right, Archmage trying to get away. Footman now going to back up, and a Night Elf doing an absolute superb job being able to stay in this game here. Meanwhile, Human is going to be hoping to bank an economic advantage and perhaps be able to, well, build up a larger army. I still don't see a blacksmith. Blacksmith is going to be important to try and deal with the Ancients of Lore and eventual bears that may be coming up. Being able to also have a Mountain King to follow up is going to be incredibly important as we are now upgrading to keep. All right, this looks like it is going to be a long economic game for the Human if he can play the game that he wants. Remember, this is Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock known for some very lengthy, crazy matchups. Not standard in any sense of the word because of the number of gold mines available on the map. Gargantuan Sea Turtle now cleared up. Manual of Health picked up. Archmage going to come back around. Are we going to see? Yep, there is Footman with Defend. Ancient of Lore or Ancient of War already taken down. Footman now have to be very careful. Panda still gets in plenty of damage across all of these units as the Water Elementals, are they going to just get abolished now? There goes one. Another Water Elemental losing about half of his life again. A true lush good morning to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Sit down, stay a while, and listen as we reminisce of days of old of Blizzard. Archmage now making its way back around here, down to 300 hit points. Looks like it's low hit points, but then again, the Belt of Giant Strength and the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength really helping that Archmage out. Perhaps going to give those items to the Mountain King when he finally makes his way back out onto the battlefield. There is that blacksmith that I was speaking about earlier. We are already upgrading to keep. It looks as though knights are going to be coming into play. Knights very effective against the archers and can hold their own against those bears. Meanwhile, Archmage trying to clear out a really difficult creep camp with just water elementals, 2 footmen, and a hero. This may come back to bite him as the footmen are going to take quite a bit of damage. Facing off against the Ogre Warrior, low hit point footman with Defend, able to reflect back some of that damage though. So maybe that is the plan right there. Footman with Defend, dealing with these Forest Troll Berserkers and the Warlords, and well, should have no problem. Meanwhile, coming back around, Panda is already at level 5, and now with a level 5 Panda feeling comfortable enough to try and go for a Goblin Tinker. Mountain King now out onto the battlefield, 339 supply going up against 48. In comes the Night Elf army, but well, they see how well defended this expansion is and says, you know what, better not try it. True Shot Aura now cleared up, and yeah, Footman with Defend, Water Elemental, and Archmage able to go the distance, clearing out a relatively difficult creep camp just by themselves. Archmage should be getting very close to level 4, may be able to get there off of this creep camp here. Meanwhile, the Sea Turtle hatchlings, well, dealing quite a bit of damage back to the rest of the footmen. Slippers of Agility, Archmage will be able to get up there. Staff of Teleportation, Mountain King inbound, gonna pick up some of these additional items. Clarity Potion already being transferred there. Mountain King should be picking up the slip. Nope. All right, all the items now handled and taken care of. We are going into dual Griffin Aviaries. I believe those were sped built, as we should be going into Griffins here in just a moment. Are we going to be looking at Riflemen? Or are we? No, it looks as though if we could be going into Knights. We were going weapons upgrades. Yeah, so 2-0 weapon upgrades already for the Knights and also for those Griffins here. 1500 supply, and yeah, human is just sitting on this economic advantage, not getting punished. Meanwhile, Night Elf finally going into low upkeep, so it is a 7 gold per second versus 20 gold per second advantage until this expansion is up and operational. Speaking of up and operational, Archmage has other plans for this expansion. However, Panda at level 5 bringing up the rear says, you know what, nope, you are not going to be sticking around. Panda quickly gets a Storm Bolt to the head and is going to be bolted back, so to speak. Archmage sitting at 4. Mountain King sitting at level 1. Griffins now getting trained. Animal War training added in as well. Are we going to be trying to go after more units? Yes, Archmage is coming back around here. In comes the Griffins. There's a couple of ensnares. Ensnares. However, well, the Griffins able to do large amounts of damage to the Gargantuan Sea Turtle and their heavy armor. Meanwhile, Overlord getting cleaned up. There's some cluster rockets there, and Goblin Tinker now already seen that level 3. Has to be very careful. Down to 50, 45. Wow, got very low on hit points, almost taken down there. Down to 32 hit points, using that scroll of healing to try and recover quite a bit of the claw. May be forced to rejuvenate that Goblin Tinker, as we are getting Unholy Aura for better regeneration. Paladin, the third and final hero for the human. So 4-2-1 going up against a 5-3 right now. Panda sitting at level 5. Tinker sitting at level 3. Archmage sitting at 4. Gonna be sitting at 4. Paladin and Mountain King here. So hero levels are going to be incredibly important. Griffins are still getting added in to this army. We are getting up Storm Hammers as well for a bit of that additional splash damage that is incredibly important. All right, splash damage trying to attack the units that are through right here. In comes the Griffins now coming off from the side, quickly trying to burst down that Overlord. Overlord doesn't know what hits him, as Claws of Attack plus 12 now drop, perhaps going to be given to the Archmage, as the Archmage suddenly has impressive damage to boot. Majority of the creep camps have now been cleared out. Only one orange creep camp off to the north is left, and once that is done, only way to gain up any hero level is to straight up fight against your opponent. We are getting up some knights out here as well, and Archmage is going to be staying at the same level. Mountain King may be able to level up. Yeah, going to be able to level up here. This could be a problem, though, as the main Night Elf army going to be coming in from the behind. Level 5, level 4, Archmage may be forced to try and use the Scroll of Town Portal to get out of this tight spot. This is not a good spot to be in. Why isn't the Archmage using the Scroll of Town Portal yet? There's a cluster of rockets. There's the Archmage. Paladin could try to finish things off. Paladin down to 200 hit points, down to 195, and is able to escape. No overlay. I think it's due to I may need to reinstall the application, or I can try and talk to Pad about it. I don't even know if Pad knows who I am. I'm like using him on a alias basis, but he may not even know me. So, but I will try and follow up in a little bit. All right, so far we are now 14 minutes into this game with no clear sign of a victor or anyone with a true advantage as of yet. We are looking at dual knights here, devotion aura giving in additional armor. Knights are going to be effective, against the archers, and that's pretty much it. the knights with their sundering blades should be able to make short work of the archers, but there's not that many archers left. The archers are going to try and well, the archers will end up getting taken down pretty quickly. Panda needs to get arcane fired, and no, the human player not doing that. It needs to either get it onto the Tinker, and no, is the Tinker, yeah, Tinker finally losing mana as the archers and the Dryads are now putting pressure here. It looks like this is going to be a base trade scenario, as we're looking at this Tree of Life about to get taken down as well. That's going to get taken out pretty quickly. Well, Knights making short work of all of these peasants. A little bit of mistakes to go around as expansion after expansion now pretty much destroyed. This expansion had 6,400 gold. This expansion had 13,000 gold. So in that sense, human actually coming out a bit ahead. And now we're going to be seeing the Ancient of Wonders pretty much destroyed, well, in an instant. All right, the Stormhammers making short work of the buildings behind. And here we are going into engagement. Cluster rockets could be coming down. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Panda is right there. Unit's going to try and engage once more. And there's the Archmage now sitting at level 5. There is a stun going down. There's some roar being used. And the Griffin Riders with True Shot Aura bonus, dealing in some bonus damage from, well, no, yep, from that True Shot Aura, even though it's only a 7% increase. Ancient of Lore now taken down here. Night Elf is in trouble, down to 50 over 70. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire could be a great follow-up once more. And the Panda, well, if the Panda kills off enough of these units, that is going to be bad news as the Goblin Tinker also gets up to level 5. Two Griffins in the back, not engaging. Panda in some serious trouble, finds a Moonwell to drink from. There's a big stun as the units are still trying to engage. There's a Breath of Fire as well as the Panda, well, the Panda is about to get taken down. More cluster rockets. Panda gets up to level 6. Earthstorm and Fire is available and now able to stay alive. That's a big setback once more as the Goblin Tinker could get taken down. Goblin Tinker now fallen as well. Level 4. Well, come on, finish off that Druid of the Clock. Just get one more hit. There it goes. Finishes off a couple of units and now able to back away. All right, so 1800 versus 2000 MMR for all of you guys who care about such rankings. We do see some remaining buildings left over here. 49 supply compared to 33 supply. Night Elf is in a bit of trouble trying to rebuild this Ancient of Wonders. Earthstorm and Fire will be coming to an end. Panda will get resurrected as human now setting up his expansion, a new expansion here. Alright, new expansion should be much easier to replace. Paladin resurrecting at level 3 much faster than a Goblin Tinker at level 5. Gotta go to work, much love. Thank you, N. Williams. Thank you everyone for tuning in so far. I know you guys have a lot of places to watch WarCraft 3, and well, thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. So far, we're looking at fully weapon upgraded Griffins and Knights going up against Dryads now. Dryads is going to be the name of the game as there are so many Griffins out onto the battlefield that the Griffins made short work of the Bears. Knights were picked off here, and the real problem so far is going to be that Panda and that level 3 Breath of Fire coupled with that level 2 with that Drunken Haze. That damage over time you saw as it was able to stick onto those Griffins and then just slowly use attrition as well. I'm 9 to 10 minutes late of hi Crota. GSL, I can't fault you for watching GSL. Yeah, some great matches there as well. All right, Brewmaster, Goblin Tinker, ready to move forward. Well, dual clarity potions being used, some holy light coming across as well. And what is going to be coming up next? Wisp here, we are still seeing some more upgrades. So we are getting Dragon Hide armor. So it's going to be fully upgraded Griffins with fully attack upgraded Knights as well. We're looking at 64 supply going up against 46. And this is one of those, well, Hippogriff could end up taking down that Griffin Rider. Well, yes, Holy Light ends up saving it. Stormbolt. And what a change of events. The Hippogriff needed one more peck to finish off that Griffin Rider. Got the peck, but only saw that a Holy Light was applied right there. Coming back around, new Tree of Life being placed down. Tree of Eternity does have, well, Nature's Blessing should be able to uproot and walk somewhere else here in just a moment. level 2 masonry upgrades on the human side here. And well, where are the units trying to go next? I expected to see a workshop. Workshops have become very, very common in the human repertoire. And workshops, what knights and mortar teams work very well together as they're able to rain down lots of damage. All right, in comes a cluster of rockets right there, more damage. Orb of venom, drunken breath of fire, no drunken haze, and that damage is going pretty quick as we see one griffin getting taken down. Another hippogriff rider going to get taken down here. Cluster rock goblin tinker saves that 115 hit point goblin tinker as the goblin sanctuary or staff of sanctuary is saving some more of those griffins as well. Both sides fighting either way. Archmage sitting at level 5, Mountain King sitting at level 4. Are we going to perhaps see some storm bolts or anything else? What is going on here? Why did that panda just stop in its tracks for just so long, not doing anything at all? That is the question. The panda just seems to be frozen in a time. Frozen in time right there. All right, Watcher Ward coming back around. We see Goblin Tinker, who is staffed to preservation back home, still healing up. Unholy Aura doing a little bit of work. Moonwell Juice, giving that Goblin Tinker, a refreshed, rejuvenated outlook on life as we're looking at, well, the Archmage, Mountain King, and a Paladin still wandering around here. What's going on? A Brewmaster and Goblin Tinker, level 6, level 5. Both players trying to make sure that there are no additional expansions that they don't know of. However, well, Night Elf looking to set up over here, actually expanding towards his opponent, not in a position that you would expect, and maybe able to set this up without his opponent knowing. Tree of Eternity already making its way over to this new expansion location, but the Paladin, Mountain King, Griffins, all of these units are here lying in wait, ready to go. All right, new guard towers. Are we going to see some defense? There's some breath of fire. There's some cluster rockets, and the expansion pretty much gets absolutely destroyed from mining so quick. However, we do have Robo Goblin here. Goblin Tinker now immune to magic. No storm bolts available to him. And his armor type, well, he should actually be taking significantly reduced damage. He also does siege damage as well as the Archmage gets up to level 6. A lot of ultimate abilities coming back around here as the Griffins just have no easy time trying to go after any of these units. Volition now making their way over, but a level 3 Panda should be able to Earthstorm and Fire, Breath of Fire. Oh, wow. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, followed by Earth, Storm, and Fire. Getting every hit point of usefulness out of that panda in that main mode. However, the panda can still get taken down if you take down all 3 versions of itself. And while Earth is still out onto the battlefield, is he going to get storm bolted? Is he going to get taken down? I believe that is the last version of Earth, Storm, and Fire. Storm and Fire both already taken out here. No Storm Bolt coming in from the Mountain King. Not quite sure why. He is very, very weak to magic damage, especially with that heavy armor. A Storm Bolt would have just spelled a certain doom for him right there, taking down a level 6 panda. No, level 7 panda. All right. Seems like it is working once more. Panda trying to go around, trying to heal back up again. Tree of Eternity about to get taken out. Level 5 now on the Mountain King, perhaps. That is what he was waiting for more Storm Bolts, getting up to level 5 first. Paladin still doing the majority of the healing in this game. New Peasants now, well, mining back once more. Thank you, JetLeds, for the sub. Every little bit does definitely help. Still trying to figure out all of my YouTube stuff. Hopefully that comes to play here in a little bit. All right, going after the units now. Going straight after that Brewmaster as the Abolish Magic, removing those water elementals pretty much in an instant. There goes some Dryads there. More cluster rockets coming across as the Panda could have easily gotten some more Breath of Fire and gotten in some more damage again. Mountain King unable to snipe down the Goblin Tinker. Why didn't the Goblin drink instead of calling Wisp? Why did or didn't? I think he could have called the drink to Wisp to repair, but every bit of gold matters so much right now in this matchup as we're looking at more Breath of Fire going down across units here. Staff of Preservation saves. damage over time. Doesn't finish off that last Griffin Rider, even though it looked like he was about to burn to death there. Panda now retreating back, very fast movement speed because of those boots of speed. Now going to drink some more. And where is the Staff of Preservation? Oh, Staff of Preservation takes it to this Tree of Life where it doesn't have any chance to heal up. Needs to get repairs, actually, and repairs from the gold mine would have perhaps played out a little bit better. Once more peasants all getting retrained up again, and we are still looking at some crazy matchups here as the Goblin Tinker, the only one able to afford to just land a couple of hits here, as the Knight of Expansion gonna get shut down. All right, Goblin Tinker trying to come in from behind. Gonna try and finish things off here. Dryads could try and engage Tree of Life. This is pretty much the lifeline for the Night Elf, as we see another group of cluster rockets there. Dryads finishing off some of those hippogriffs, the griffins, hippogriffs, trying to take them down, as well as the Goblin Tinker using beautiful line of sight, trying to keep that distance away. We are seeing Earthstorm and Fire come back online again. All right, level 7 now onto the Tinker. So much mana on this Goblin Tinker. It seems to have mana for days. I completely forgot that the Goblin Tinker's primary attribute is intelligence. You think of it holding a hammer, and you would think maybe strength is the primary attribute, but no mana there. Staff of Sanctuary continuing to come back around. Potion of Invulnerability used right there. Potion of Invulnerability used once more. And Earth once more being the last unit out onto the battlefield. The Griffins, however, not truly there. And the Night Elf seems to have plenty of units here. Again, there comes in another group of cluster rockets. Paladin can get taken down. Yes, Paladin is taken down, as the Tinker could get taken down as well. Tinker down to 17 hit points. One final hammer taking down that Goblin Tinker. Level 7 Goblin Tinker now taken out. Level 6 Avatar Mountain King chasing back the other way. We're looking at 400 or 500 gold coming in. Resurrection on that Goblin Tinker. Gold still being mined pretty regularly. Panda could be in a bit of trouble. Down to 97 hit points. Mountain King, not yet quite enough mana. Are we going to see, yes, some Moonwell heals? Yes, there's the Moonwell heal, but is it going to be enough? Down to 129. Is it going to be enough trying to retreat to the back? A lucky bash. No Moonwell heal, as the Brewmaster now back up to full, ready to go once more. And could this spell problems here? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire going back across all of these other units. Archmage could be in trouble. There's Hippogriffs. Hippogriffs can't do anything, but the Dryads able to continue to poke. Panda now trying to push back the other way, perhaps finishing off this Water Elemental. Come on, just finish it off. It's going to give experience. We could have just attacked there, as we're looking at another Knight trying to escape away. Knight now down to 200 hit points. Orb of Venom coupled with slow poison and preventing that Knight from heading back. Archmage able to escape a dangerous spot once more, and we are still on one base mining by both sides, both in low upkeep. Are we going to get some repairs underway? Yeah, getting some repairs on this Tree of Life. This Tree of Life incredibly important as it gets repaired back up. That bash right there was in fact, well, you don't know if it was a lucky bash, right? Level 2 bash. We didn't see any bashes earlier on, so like that was like 4 or 5 swings before we saw a bash finally connect, as we're going now into Dragonhawk Riders. Tech switching away from the Griffins, as Dragonhawk Riders are able to deal with the Dryads much better, since they can actually deal damage. And, well, Dragonhawk Riders can also shackle down those hippogriffs, making sure that, well, it is at least a full shutdown right there. The question is going to be the Water Elementals. Are they going to be able to stick around long enough to really do anything, as we are looking at a level 8 Panda, Earthstorm, was it? Drunken Brawler is going to be ready. There goes some Abolished Magics as the fight is underway. Goblin Tinker in that front line spot. Both sides continuing the fight. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, as the Panda looks to create a little bit of separation once fighting its way through shackles. doing quite a bit of damage. There goes a stun on those cluster rockets, as we could be getting more ensnares here. More fighting getting underway. Goblin Tinker still continuing the fight here. There's a Drunken Haze. Breath of Fire was delayed by a Stormbolt. There's that Breath of Fire a little bit later, as we see some Knights now taking down some damage, and now Earthstorm and Fire is still here. All right, more units getting just shut down out of the air. Earthstorm and Fire trying to go after some more of those units, as a Knight gets taken down as well. 29 supply, very, very low supply coming in for the human player. Meanwhile, Night Elf sitting at 35, not that much better, but still very, very strong. Lucky Bash for the Tinker earlier. Okay. That much chat delay? All right, coming back through. All right, Earth and Fire. Oh, you got to be careful here. This is where the panda ends up showing up. Earth is where the panda shows up, and after its delay. So yep, if you know that, you can actually push in with Storm and Fire, and knowing that as long as you keep Earth alive and away from the battle, well, it's pretty much free damage. Hi, Mita, how are you doing? Brewmaster, well, dropping some Pendant of Energy, gonna pick that back up. That Brewmaster, nearly 500 or more than 500 mana max, now currently sitting at 325 here, and that Drunken Haze Breath of Fire on that panda has really been a big part of this story. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker sitting at level 7, gonna try and engage here, and what is going to go down? There is some cluster rockets already. Staff of Sanctuary could be used. There's some shackles, and here is a fight over here at the Goblin Merchant Shop. Could be an interesting battle here, as we're looking at the Hippogriffs getting taken down. More cluster rockets coming down. Holy Light trying to save that Archmage. Water Elemental still playing quite a game, as some Dryads are now getting picked off here. Level 8 and level 9 now. More cluster rockets coming down across more of those units. Are we going to see them taken down, as we, I believe, saw the panda get staffed to Preservation Home? I do believe so. Yes, they're getting staffed to Preservation Home, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Mountain King back in Avatar mode, as this, well, Tree of Life showing 42 supply and 32 here. A new Tree of Life has been established off to the north, and it is now going to be 2 bases to 1, and this gold mine, well, still has plenty of mining to go here. All right, this Tree of Life, a little bit of damage. Water elementals are all in position. A panda is going to come back down into position here. Are we going to see some repairs? A Wisp now trying to make their way over. Detonations, perhaps some training. There is some healing. Wisp getting taken down. There goes another, as the, well, Unholy Aura Goblin Tinker able to come across and engage. In comes some damage. One Dryad going to get sniped down pretty quick. There is a quick stun onto some of those units in the back. Mountain King, now no longer in Avatar form, continuing the fight as well. Dryads unable to abolish magic on the water elementals, as they just simply don't have that much mana. Finding a little bit more here, as one water elemental is still alive now. All right, more fighting underway, more cluster rockets coming down. Dryads could get taken down. Beautiful. Oh, no, Dragonhawk could have been taken down, but a beautiful Holy Light at the last moment. Earthstorm and Fire continuing the fight, and this battle is still going. Non-stop action coming back around, trying to, well, cyclone up that panda. Panda temporarily out of the battle here, as the Goblin Tinker now trying to retreat away. Will be able to do exactly that. Goblin Tinker able to retreat, as well, no storm bolts are available to him. More Hippogriffs trying to engage back once more. Dryads are here. There goes the cluster rockets, stunning down the Dragonhawk Rider, who is trying to shackle up a Hippogriff. Hippogriff gonna get taken down. Dragonhawk Rider taken out as well. Both sides still fighting their way through. Earthstorm and Fire continuing to fight this battle once more, as Earth is going to be able to finish off the Mountain King. No, it is not. Holy Light from the Paladin, saving that Mountain King with that 600 hit point heal. Well, thank you, Grand, for tuning in after so long. Yeah, years of watching. I believe it. It feels like I've been doing, well, years of casting. Have I been casting for a decade? Oh, wow. I'm casting for a decade. Or more than a decade. Almost a dozen years now. Wow. Where does the time go? Dragonhawk Riders, Mountain King, Archmage now pushing their way off to the north. Panda, Goblin Tinker coming back down to the bottom right-hand side of the map as well. Archmage, Dragonhawk Riders, Water Elementals now going to be pushing forward together. And who's going to come out on top? It feels like Human has a little bit of an advantage with the army, but the Night Elf does have more economy behind him. The battles just seem to be going towards Human, though, especially with some clutch plays on those holy lights here. Bash coming across, studying down some of these units. Staff of Sanctuary saving some more units as well, as the Breath of Fire starting to whittle away the Human army. All right, Paladin, Archmage gets in the heal and the Potion of Healing just in time. A big heal right there as the Mountain King now in that frontline spot needs to continue to attack as well. More Holy Light coming back around. Panda still attacking, and that Paladin has just been able to keep all of the units alive with a 600 hit point heal constantly. All right, more stunning coming underway. Goblin Tinker trying to get in some damage. Perhaps going to get in some bonus damage there. We haven't even seen Pocket Factories used at all, and this is a level 8 Goblin Tinker, so he does have that ability. Coming back around here, Panda continuing to fight back around. Perhaps Breath of Fire, Drunken Brawler attack, some more evasion would be useful, as well as the Brewmaster is sitting at level 9. Do we see no, we don't see an Orb of Venom on the Goblin Tinker, who could also attack those Dragonhawk Riders with a little bit of distance. Panda, well, continuing to pick up and put down that pendant of energy throughout this match here. We are looking at towers now being built to try and stop the mining from this starting location. This gold mine has about, 10 minutes of mining left. This one still has plenty of mining left, as we're looking at, well, these buildings getting cleared up before they are ready. All right, no Scroll of Town Portal to head back down to the south here. This is a little bit of distance and problems, as the Dragonhawk Riders should be able to clear this up very quickly. Archmage has not really been... Archmage hasn't even used Mass Teleport either, just pretty much walking around. Well, thank you, Jet. All right, coming back around, Mountain King sitting at level 7 here. Archmage sitting at level 7. Paladin sitting at level 5. Tree of Life is going to get taken out here, and it is now going to be one base play versus one base. Human starting to, well, pull ahead finally, finding a way to take the advantage here, as we see Shackles now coming across. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Cluster Rockets stunning all of those units here, trying to finish off these units with AoE damage. More Cluster Rockets. Staff of Sanctuary saves one very low hit point, a Dragonhawk Rider, but some more Dragonhawk Riders are going to get taken down as well. Army of Night Elf actually coming out ahead in this battle here. Only 3 heroes compared to the 2. More Cluster Rockets coming down. 30 supply. Is the Paladin going to get taken out? No, Paladin has plenty of health, Divine Shield, Devotion Aura, and also a Potion of Healing, so really no danger of falling right there. Another 600 hit point heal. Knight, well, trying to stick around here. Oh, another Holy Light or a Staff of Sanctuary. There's another Holy Light, and that must be so disheartening. Down to 46, 47 hit points, and there was the Cyclone on the Paladin at the last moment to stop the Holy Light. And with that, there is the GG. All right, as the Night Elf ends up coming away with the victory. Beautiful, beautiful marathon session of a game. Resource score, resource score, Human actually mining more gold than his opponent, but still coming out on the losing end. The hero level 10 Panda, level 9 Goblin Tinker, going up against a level 7 Archmage, level 7 Mountain King, but it was the Earth, Storm, and Fire of the Panda cycloning the Paladin at the clutch moment to shut down the heal and then take down the level 7 Mountain King. A great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it.